Now, fears over a new wave of coronavirus infections have swept around the world, with restrictions being reimposed in places from the Philippines to Australia. For the global economy, everything rests on the race for a vaccine. Deutsche Welle correspondent from Berlin, Chelsea Delany, joins us now for more. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, thanks. Why are there conflicting messages? I mean, we've been seeing interesting comments in recent days from President Trump to the WHO. Why are there conflicting messages about the timeline for a vaccine?
Well, of course, every country, every company wants to be the first to really find this vaccine. So we are seeing just a mad dash around the world to find a vaccine for the coronavirus, and billions of dollars are being spent on this. So there are about 200 different vaccines in development right now, and all are being developed in different companies in different countries and at different timelines. So that's one of the reasons why we're seeing so many different numbers thrown around. But it does appear that there could be some sort of vaccine available this year. We've heard from some of the big pharmaceutical giants like Pfizer, AstraZeneca, that they are getting close to sort of finishing the regulatory steps to get there. So it does appear that could be coming soon, but there are still a lot of caveats to this, in part because even once a vaccine is green-lighted by regulators, it's still going to take much longer to get the manufacturing power in place to make this widely distributed, to get just distribution chains up and running. So even if we do see a vaccine by November, by December, it will likely be several more months, if not years, before this vaccine is really available to the average person.
We've also heard the director of WHO this week stress that vaccine must be made available globally, or else economies will suffer. We've already seen vaccine nationalism on the rise. Can WHO actually ensure that a vaccine is shared?
This is certainly a major concern for the entire world right now, is that the fate of these vaccines and the accessibility of these vaccines is going to depend on how much money you have. So we've seen countries like the United States or Germany striking these really big multi-billion-dollar deals with drug developers to secure access to vaccines, and that would really leave a lot of countries and a lot of people that don't have access to the same amount of financial resources. That would really leave them behind and complicate the entire economic recovery from this virus. So the WHO is proposing that companies should be sharing their resources, that they should be sharing the data and the technology behind the vaccines they're developing. But companies are obviously quite hesitant to do that. They are investing a lot of money into these vaccines, and they don't want to be basically giving them away for free. And at the political level, we've seen a lot of different views on this, and sort of a lot of contention about how to make this go forward. So at this point, there isn't really a clear strategy for making sure that this vaccine is given to the entire world.
While a lot of people are looking forward to November, to some of the dates that have been put out, earliest dates for a vaccine for COVID-19, is that a silver bullet? Will the global economy return to its previous self, or perhaps are there some potential long-term consequences?
So the way that this is being discussed right now, a lot of people do seem to think that once a vaccine is approved, that the world will instantly return to how it was before. But a lot of experts are saying that that's quite unlikely because, for one, there's still a lot of questions, and the timeline for this vaccine being widely available is quite long. So even once it's approved, even once it does start hitting the market, it will be a long time before the entire world has access to it. But also in the meantime, we've seen just devastation to the global economy, and many businesses have already gone under. Many people have lost jobs permanently. So even if we do see the vaccine anytime soon, we will still have permanent fallout from this that we'll see in the global economy.
Well, we hope we perhaps get things back on track as quickly as possible and get our lives back together. Thank you so much, Chelsea Delaney, Deutsche Welle correspondent. Thank you for joining us on the program.